Hi friends and fellow Africans, you are most welcome. It was expectations of many to see a single African currency equal in the West Africa, but due to the given that what appeared to be interrupted by France, Nigeria has asked for postpone of some issues to go into a single currency. Nigeria, a West Africa giant, has held a new position on the ECO, a proposed common currency for countries in the economic community of West Africa state ECOWAS. According to a tweet from the president, Nigeria's position is that the convergence criteria has not been met by majority of the country. This therefore has to be an extension of time on the take-off of the single currency. Experts had said almost none of the 15 ECOWAS countries currently met the threshold to join a deficit of less than 3% of gross domestic product, inflation of 10% or under, and the debt was less than 70% of GDP. Abuja did not mention what next step it planned to pursue in raising the issue with the bloc, which had advanced a 2020 deadline for implementation of the move. Nigeria in the mid-January led the Anglophone bloc in ECOWAS plus Guinea under the West African Monetary Zone to protest the seeming usurpation of the name of ECO by Francophone CFA bloc. You remember that France, when President of France Emmanuel Macron went to West Africa, he said that the CFA Franc is going to be equal, and that equal that has been turned from CFA Franc must be pegged in euro. This was not accepted by many Africans because it seemed that we are doing nothing. That is not a new currency. It is the new name of the existing currency. That's why many African countries, especially in the West Africa, has refused that suggestion of President of France Emmanuel Macron. It seems that France didn't want to leave Africa. France, they are benefiting from Africa, from this CFA Franc. They know that if West Africa will have a single currency, it means France will have nothing to exploit in those Francophone countries. This was after Ivorian President Alassane Ouattara announced in December last year that a common currency, the 8-member CFA bloc, West Africa Economic and Monetary Union, was planned to adapt, was to also be called ECO. The move is not in line with the plan by regional bloc ECOWAS to adapt a single currency, also called the ECO. The West Africa Monetary Zone Convergence Council meeting said in a statement after talk in the Nigerian capital Abuja. They called for an extraordinary summit of West Africa Monetary Zone to discuss this matter and the other related issue. Since the announcement by Ouattara, Ghana said it was ready to join the ECO group, while Nigeria at the time said it was studying the issue. The current ECOWAS chairperson is Nigeria President Mamadou Issoufou. 80 countries use the West African CFA Franc: Benin, Burkina Faso, Ivory Coast, Mali, Niger, Senegal, and Togo, which are former French colony, as well as Guinea-Bissau, a former Portuguese colony. Other members of the bloc and other respective currencies are as follows. Has this Liberia using Liberian dollar, Sierra Leone rion, Guinea francs, Nigeria naira, Gambia dollars, Cape Verde escudo, and the Ghana cedi. That is the currency that has been used by other West African country, apart from those who are using CFA Franc. But what is seen here, fellow Africans, the way France has hijacked this plan. That's why many countries seem that French is going to control this currency, and if France is going to control it, means it's going to print this currency, and this will make the existence of France in this currency. That's why many countries, as you see, I have heard that Nigeria, when French, I mean the Francophone zone, said that they want to change that CFA Franc into ECO, said that Nigeria is studying the issue, while Ghana is ready to engage in ECO. But all in all, France has been interrupted this mission to make sure that this country cannot have one or single currency. But what we are supposed to do, we as African, we must understand that these colonial masters have always they didn't want to leave Africa. They want to stay in Africa by any means, by interrupting our mission, by sometimes they come as advisors to our issue, but all in all, they want to be there and they want to head what we are talking about, our progress. That's why you see many countries now are decided to think twice about why France is interfering in this mission. So fellow Africans, don't forget to subscribe, like, comment and share our video. This is the place where we as Africans come together and share our idea. Thank you for watching. You are making a great effort to make Africa great, and we appreciate what you are doing. Thank you, fellow Africans and the black people. Thank you.